English learners, and welcome to English Podcast. I'm your host, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today. Learning a language is about more than just memorizing words. It's about training your brain to think in that language. Today, we're diving into powerful strategies to help you think in English like a native speaker. Joining me today is an English fluency coach who has helped many learners master this skill. Welcome to the podcast. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Thinking in English is a game changer for fluency, and I'm excited to share some insights.
Absolutely. Now, let's start with the big question. Why is it so hard to think in English instead of translating from your native language?
That's a great question. When we learn a new language, our brain naturally tries to translate because that's how we first learned words. But translation slows us down. To speak fluently, we need to train our brain to think directly in English.
Exactly. Imagine trying to have a fast conversation, but your brain is stuck translating every word. It's like using a slow internet connection.
Yes, but the good news is you can train yourself to stop translating. And that brings us to our first strategy.
One of the easiest ways to start thinking in English is to describe what you see around you. For example, right now, I could say I see a blue notebook on my desk. The window is open and the sun is shining.
That's a great tip. You don't need to say full sentences at first. You can start with simple words like chair, window, coffee, walking, reading, studying English. Over time, your brain will naturally form full sentences without needing to translate.
Another great trick is to think in English while doing daily activities. For example, when you wake up, try to say in your mind, I'm making breakfast, I need some eggs and coffee.
That's a fantastic habit. Even if you don't know all the words, try to explain things in simple English. Instead of stopping because you don't know the word for fork, just say, I use this to eat. That way, you keep your brain in English mode without switching back to your native language.
Here's another powerful trick. Ask yourself questions and answer in English. For example, what do I have to do today? I need to finish my work and call my friend. What did I eat for breakfast? I ate toast and drank coffee.
I love that. This exercise forces your brain to form sentences quickly without translating. You can even do this in front of a mirror for extra speaking practice.
Another key to thinking in English is learning phrases instead of individual words. Instead of memorizing, go out for dinner. It's better to remember the whole phrase. Let's go out for dinner.
Exactly. Native speakers don't think word by word. They think in chunks of language. The more phrases you learn, the faster your brain processes English.
Thinking in English becomes easier when you immerse yourself in the language every day. Here are some fun ways to practice. Watch English YouTube videos and try to repeat sentences. Listen to podcasts and imagine responding to the speaker. Read books or articles and think about what you would say. Speak with your meef, even if it feels silly at first.
The key is consistency. The more English you expose your brain to, the faster it will switch to thinking in English naturally.
Wow, we covered some powerful tips today. Let's quickly recap. Describe what you see in English. Think in English while doing daily activities. Ask yourself questions and answer in English. Learn phrases instead of words. Immerse yourself in English with fun activities.
Exactly. And remember, fluency doesn't happen overnight. But with daily practice, you'll train your brain to think in English faster than you imagine.
To all our amazing listeners, thank you for joining us today. If you found these tips helpful, like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more English learning content. Until next time, keep thinking in English and keep practicing.